Hello, one and all, and welcome back to more Let's Play Ace Attorney Dual Destinies. In the last part, dear God, what do I even say about what happened last time? Okay, so we've got pirates, we've got whales killing pirates. Not a Phoenix and Athena have anything to say about it. We saw a rapper feeding the fish. We saw a penguin handing out flyers. We saw Pearl. Pearl came back? I'm sorry, what? I was conditioned and led to believe I would never see any of the past characters again, and even if you asked me, alright, well, hey, if someone did come back, who do you think it would be? I never would have guessed Pearl! It's fantastic! I'm really still happy about that. I'm happy about everything in this trial so far. We've only done one investigation period and no trial periods, and this is already like an S-tier trial. I'm very excited to see what the hell ends up happening. Let's freaking go. Good morning, Mr. Wright. Good morning. Chipper as ever this morning, I see. When Athena isn't chipper, morale goes down, so I prefer it this way. Yes, yes. I'm just thankful we actually get to have a trial for Orla. Yeah, it's downright ridiculous we were able to convince everyone that we should do this, but I'm thankful! As a matter of fact, I just ran a few laps around the courthouse to get extra pumped. If I ran a lap around literally anything, I'd need to lay down for 10 minutes, so god dang, girl. And I just splashed my face with some water to get the sleep out of my eyes. Big mood! Big mood! That's how I that's how I wake up, because, oh man, I'm blind when I first wake up. I gotta get that sleep out of there. Oh, I also queued the swashbuckler video so we can watch it anytime. I do not know how that would be helpful, honestly, but okay. It's gotta be something for something. Thanks, it just might help our case. I mean, we wouldn't have it in the inventory otherwise. By the way, you have some serious dark circles. Did you stay up late watching this? What? Me? No, I just woke up early, that's all. It's not even that long of a show. You spent like, what? Like a consecutive 10 hours watching the same, like, 2-minute video? Why would you do that? That's silly, Athena, you are a silly person. Guess I need to cover them up. I get ragged on enough as it is by Prosecutor Blackwell. Speaking of being pumped, I'm pretty fired up for this trial too. It's been a while. Oh yeah, that's right. We're in the past, and it is Phoenix's first trial back. Hot damn, let's go. That explains why your hair is spikier than usual. It responds to Phoenix's mental state, apparently, I guess. The more hyped and excited he is about a situation, boom, it's like a porcupine back there. I mean, look at it. It's all super pokey and prickly and stuff. It's amazing. Oh, Athena. That was a compliment, right? I think it was. I'm pretty sure it was. Ah, the Pearl's here! Let's freaking go! Good luck, Mr. Nick. I'll be cheering you on from the gallery. It is so surreal seeing her older. Oh my god. I get she has the exact same hairstyle and outfit as she did when she was like 8 or whatever, but my god. It's different. It's an experience, man. Thanks, Pearls. It's been so long, I'm actually a little nervous. Oh, hey, it's this guy too! Good morning, Mr. Lawyer. Howdy doody. Oh, Mr. Rhymes, you came to watch the trial? As a matter of fact, I did! Yeah, Sasha is back at the aquarium with the orca. So, I thought I'd best come here to watch for her. Consider it! Let's freaking roll with that! Well, don't you worry. We're going to win for Orla. Isn't that right, boss? Right. One unprecedented trial coming right up. I mean, this wouldn't be the first time that's happened for Phoenix, so let's freaking go. Let's freaking do this thing. Okay, all right. I still cannot get past how early in the day these trials happen. Like, oh my god, they should at least wait till noon or something. Oi. Anyway, let's do this thing. Court is now in session. Rise up. Oh no. Oh no. I forgot! Oh no. I wonder if everyone saw ahead of time. Oh boy. Court is now in session for the trial of Aura Shipley. I forgot I put him with that! Oh dear God. Okay, well, okay, yeah, so that's his, That's his extra costume he can wear. I spent, oh no, I put that on at the beginning of the case, and we were from his point of view, and it's been like a couple days since I last played, so I forgot. Alright, well, let's just go ahead and ignore that. Do the best we possibly can. Also, side note, I have been very delicately told and informed by a certain someone that my attempts at a British accent for Black Quill is terrible and needs to stop. So, I'm just gonna go ahead and go with the kind of gruffish vibe that I feel like he really probably should have anyway. I apologize for the horrid attempts before. Must we waste words on this? Prosecutor Simon Blackwell, oh dear God. Known as the Twisted Samurai, he's a prosecutor who's also a convicted... I might have to remove that costume, that's really silly. Oh my God, okay. Who's also a convicted felon. They say he never conducts a trial without his loyal hawk Taka by his side, and the court's just down for that, I guess. Mr. Wright, it's been quite a while since I've seen you like that. The lawyer image suits you. You look younger somehow! Okay, look, if he was in his normal, new outfit, that would still be accurate. He does look younger than he did in the sweatshirt and beanie. But the fact that he's saying that while in his actual college outfit, oh my God. He doesn't even have the new hair floop thing, so it's like he's actually younger. That's insane. Thank you, Your Honor. And you look as young as ever yourself. Well, I have to keep up with you folks after all. That's a very intelligent compliment because it's not actually a compliment. It could just be read as one if you let it. And the judge is nice like that. By the way, has the defendant arrived in court yet? Please tell me they somehow wheel the orca into the courtroom. Surely you jest your baldness. Did you not receive the memo? The defendant, Aura Shipley, is an orca at Shipshape Aquarium. An orca! Yes! An orca! We're getting mad wacky today. Arrangements for this trial were made only yesterday, so I didn't have time to review. Do you have any idea how much backlog on anime I have? I don't got time for this, but an orca as a defendant? It's patently absurd. And yet here we all are. Direct your comments to the defense. He's the absurd fellow who insisted on defending the orca in court in the first place. Damn straight, and I'd do it again! Yo! Yeah, let's go! It's hard to look cool right now, but do your best, man! You got this! If anybody can rock that sweater, it's you! Absurd or not, I'll carry out my duty to defend my clients. Duty to defend your crying aunt? What? Don't you mean your crying orca? Are you trying to make a joke, or did you actually mishear? What? If we are to proceed, we must treat the orca as we would any other defendants. Every soul, be it of man or beast, is of equal value. Well, you know what, Blackwell? You get a point from me on that one, I agree. The question is whether that soul is painted in black or white. Take Taka, for example. He is as human and spirit as you or I. Scram, a bird! Damn, that do be a bird, though. The real question is, am I in for more pain? As always, yes. Oh, Phoenix, you've been out of the game for a while, but don't worry, I'm sure the universe will barrel down on you with unrelenting force before you even know it. Orca or not, I suppose the defendant is still a defendant, and I vow to render my verdict fairly and impartially. We can always trust you, Judge. Now then, Prosecutor Blackwell, your opening statement, if you would, if you actually will. First time for everything, perhaps? I suppose I can hardly leave it to someone who knew nothing of the defendant. Okay, so you're gonna do your job? A miracle! Very well. Listen carefully. The orca murdered the owner of Shipshape Aquarium in the aquarium's orca pool. If it was in the starfish tank, I'd be significantly more alarmed. The orca apparently toyed with the victim mercilessly as he died. Sadistic orca. What a chilling thought. There's that suggestion again! Stop painting the perception of my client! And where exactly is the defendant now? Inside this. Inside a cell phone? How did it fit? A cell phone, Prosecutor Blackwell? Time marches on, your baldness. With or without us. God, ain't that becoming more and more true as I age. I was already woefully, out of date in my 20s. It just keeps getting worse. I borrowed this TV phone from the aquarium, which will allow us to interact with the orca. Are we gonna put the orca on the... On the stand, technically? Are we getting a testimony? Like, what? A TV phone. Very well. The court accepts it into evidence. Fascinating. All right, okay, this model can be used to connect to TVs and be used to conduct teleconferencing. Oh, that's cool. I like how this is still, like, the future. At least it was supposed to be when it came out. But I guess they still couldn't predict that smartphones would take off. I miss flip phones. They're just objectively better. Way harder to break your screen, man. Anyway, we will be able to view the defendant in question on this large monitor. Fulbright, prepare for transmission. All right, cool. Ha ha ha! You've got it, Prosecutor Blackwell. God knows I can't say no to anything you ask, I guess. Beep buzz. Yeah, mustachioed orca. We will proceed with the defendant on telecast. I kind of fail to see the point, honestly, but okay. Huh. So that's the orca that stands accused, is it? Fweet, I'm an orca. Spankety, spankety, spankety. Aw, she's waving her flipper at us. Maybe she's cheering us on. Well, that would certainly be better than my interpretation. Orla, wish Phoenix and Athena luck. Fweet! Oh, damn, free fish! I'll cheer for whoever you ask. Oh, it's quite cute, isn't it? And this adorable creature is suspected of killing a man? Orla's really pouring on the charm, huh? Yeah, they're gonna have to work double, triple overtime because Blackwell's going to be merciless. Like, he was already cutthroat as it was against people that could actually defend themselves. Orla can't talk back, yo. She is far from cute. She is a violent, reckless animal. That's right! The name's Bobby Fulbright, and I'll take over the explaining from here. God forbid he do his job! Anyway, now, if I could direct your attention to this diagram of the crime scene. Look at this mess. What we got? Following the report of an orca attack, we, the police, raced on over to Shipshape Aquarium. There, we found a guest who says she saw the orca and the victim from the visitor's corridor. Yeah, but everything they saw was mad vague. As the witness was watching, the orca suddenly went crazy and attacked the victim, we assume. The orca was the only one there. Therefore, no one else could have committed the crime. It's not quite finished, but I have a portion of the autopsy report here. Oh boy, it's gonna get updated. That's always fun. Instant death from a brain contusion. Jesus. Or at least it didn't suffer. There are signs of blunt force trauma all over the body. Okay. Can't imagine the terror of being attacked underwater by such a large creature. Yeah, no, that is admittedly is pretty messed up and spooky. But attack it did. Prepare yourself for the grisly details, your baldness. Maybe that sounds okay. The prosecution moves to introduce our witness, Fulbright. Oh, Fulbright, rather. Bring out the witness, not you, specifically. You didn't win. Sorry. I'm not good at reading. You got it, Prosecutor Blackwell. In justice we trust. One brave lady whose fine sense of justice compelled her to speak, coming right up. This is gonna be not fun, but here we go. How dare you make me wait? Don't you know I'm a busy woman? Where is the wind coming from? I could have written an entire book for all the time I spent in that lobby. Prosecutor Blackwell? I don't friggin' know. What do you want from me, Will? I am Norma DePlume, and I'm a non-fiction writer. Am I the only one who isn't telepathic here? Looks like she can read into people's words just as well as I can read into people's hearts. Not everything needs to be a competition, Athena. Yeah, but I mean, it could be if you want. What? Norma DePlume? The great non-fiction writer, Miss Norma DePlume herself? Okay. And here I thought she was just straight up making up her notoriety. Or the judge just has, like, you know, his taste in non-fiction is kind of trashy. Then again, I don't know her work. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's good. Maybe it's good stuff. I don't know. Just because the writer is a bit of a jerk doesn't mean their work is bad. I've read all of your works and enjoyed them immensely. Your million seller, The Great Grief of the Great Thief, is one of my favorite. Wait, non-fiction. Okay? Is that a reference to... Could it be? I mean, it's the future, so she would be older now and probably doing her thing and living her best life. What great grief has she been going on through? Oh no! Oh, are you a fan, Your Honor? I could give you my autograph if you'd like. Wait a second. I could swear you looked much different in the photos in your book. Well, I use ones from 10 years ago in my book so that the paparazzi won't harass me. Gasp! The judge seems so shocked. Is a plot twist going to be that she's, like, making up the fact that she's Norma DePlume? Like, you don't look anything like your photos, because I'm not sure if that's just meant to be, like, you look old now. Like, or if it's meant to be, you don't look anything like the author. Hang on, let me see something from 10 years ago. 36 to 20. Okay, yeah, no, that actually, yeah, all right, yeah, no, that seems reasonable. Yeah, all right. So honestly, the ages don't seem absolutely, completely, and utterly insane anymore, at least in this case, so that's nice. The visual disconnect must really be doing a number on his honor's head. Could we get started, please? If I find you to be lacking as a judge, you will see your debut in my books. Gasp! Such harsh comments. You really must be the real Norma DePlume. I seldom know an author this entitled. Who knew Miss DePlume was so famous? I've never read a book in my damn life. Enough jabbering. Tell the court what you saw and keep it brief. I would thank you not to order me around. I am perfectly willing to tell everyone what I witnessed. It was the moment of the murder. Doubt! Immense doubt! Very well then, please proceed with your testimony. I'm gonna open my door because it's freaking warm in here. Oh my god. I got up so fast and I forgot that I was wearing headphones for some reason, and it yoinked my monitor. Anyway, pretending that didn't just happen, let's get back to what we were doing. I went to Shipshape Aquarium to see the killer whale. As I was watching the killer whale from the visitor's corridor, it suddenly went crazy. I saw the killer whale bite the victim to death with its huge mouth and deadly teeth. All right, we're starting off with a softball. I dig it, I dig it. Attempting to remain calm, I reported the incident to the police immediately. All right, keeping it short, simple, and obviously full of bullcrap. Let's go. That adorable defendant really did all that? Must be much more vicious than it looks. Now, deliver your judgment so I may carry out the sentence.
Objection!
Or let me do my damn job, jackass. What the hell? The defense would like to do some defending first, if that's all right. God. Must you drag this out with your tomfoolery? That's literally my whole thing! Bro, you agreed to be the prosecutor for this. You have no one to blame but yourself, okay? If you didn't want to deal with tomfoolery, if you didn't want to get on this crazy train, you could have just stayed in your cell, all right? I am not at fault today.
Hold it!
Also, Athena thinks you suck. The defense always has the right to cross-examine the witness, you know. A fellow inmate told me just this morning. If you want something signed, all you need is the document and a witness. Let me guess. They were convicted for contract fraud, right? Dodging the question! Nice. All we need in this case is the evidence and a witness to convict. It's as simple as that. Looks like I guessed right! He may have ring rust, but Phoenix is definitely sharper and more experienced, and that really shows. I love the growth of his character. I really do. Sorry, but as Miss Sykes said, the defense has every right to cross-examine. Isn't that correct, Your Honor? That's true biz, yo. Yes, of course. You may proceed with your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Thunka thunka. I shall relish the sight of you thrashing around in vain. So, did you not get any news stories while in prison or something? Actually, no. Were we told how long he's been in prison? I'm just curious if he has any knowledge of Phoenix's prior trials, because I really feel like I don't know. At this point, it feels weird for anybody to underestimate him at this point. But okay, yeah, I don't know. Maybe he's locked out of the loop or something. I went to Shipshape Aquarium to see the killer whale. I actually want to... Like, wasn't the place closed?
Hold it!
Is that not a thing, or am I misremembering? Why did you want to see the orca? Well, it is the feature attraction of the aquarium. Maybe they was just closed down after? No, because it happened, and then there was the next day, and it was closed. I know she snuck in and everything, but I just was kind of hoping for more Alright, whatever. It was worth a shot. Alright, it is the feature attraction after all. Why waste energy on such tripe? There's but one attraction in Ship-Shape Aquarium that is worth anyone's time. And that is the pengy. The pengy? Isn't that right, Taka, my friend? Alrighty then, I guess Prosecutor Blackwell's for the birds. Yeah, he's this. Guess I should jot that down. Note to self, Prosecutor Blackwell's on Team Rifle. Wait, why did I get an achievement? What? Wait, why is that a thing? Okay. And so you went to see the orca in its tank? Yes, that's right. I have to keep trying to give her this breathy voice, but I don't have the lung capacity to do it justice. Anywho. As I was watching the killer whale from the visitor's corridor, it went crazy pants. And it don't got no pants. I saw the killer whale bite the victim to death with its huge mouth and deadly teeth. That's a load of hooey, woman! Where's that autopsy? There ain't no chomper marks anywhere on this. In fact, actually, even without the autopsy report, I could just look at this and tell you there weren't any, like, bite wounds. I guess his coat's kind of damaged? But either way, the way you describe it is obvious bunk.
Objection!
So I say nay to that mess. It would seem that you are mistaken, Miss DePlume. I beg your pardon? The autopsy report does indeed say death thought to be a result of orca attack. But the actual cause of death is contusion from head trauma, not being bitten. What? But, I'm sure the victim was bitten. It wasn't. Surely not. I don't believe that can be true. The security footage doesn't show anything of the kind.
Objection!
Yes? A lot of dramatic pauses with you, just as I suspected. I knew you would peek at the footage behind Fulbright's back. Of course I would. Well, what did you expect when he wouldn't play nice and share? Yeah, nah, I'ma yoink that mess. You can't stop me. I'ma do my job. But unfortunately for you, the footage you saw was only one small part. Huh? What do you mean? Yesterday, after I decided to take this case to trial, I re-reviewed all of the evidence. Taka, the evidence I gave you for safekeeping. Ah, my bird! Ah, bird on my head! Bird on my head! Guess that hawk is higher up on the pecking order than Fulbright and Blackwell's book. That's not even remotely surprising considering he likes the bird and calls Fulbright Fulbright. Like, come on. Very well, let's view the footage, I guess. Oh! How did we not see that? Okay, no, honest question. When we looked at the camera, was it just like a still frame? Was there no video footage? Did we not think to hit play? Like, what? All right, well, what's this? The orca is biting the victim. No way! All right, well, that's very much on us. Why didn't we hit play on the video? I have to say, this appears to be very damning evidence. Yeah, just a little bit, I gotta say. No, I can't believe Aura really bit him. There is more. Look at this. Oh yeah, no, his coat is damaged. This photograph was taken while the body was being examined. There seems to be a strange bruise on the victim's right wrist. Oh, I didn't even notice that part. I was looking at the cuts. I'll have the crime lab... I didn't know who was talking, I'm sorry. I'll have the crime lab examine the bruise and calculate its relevance to the case at hand. What's important right now is evidence that points to the orca as the killer. I mean, if it's just the fact that there are tears in his coat, like, there isn't even blood. Like, I don't know, that doesn't seem right. Look at the left side of the body. See the orca tooth marks in the victim's clothes? Yes, they do appear to suggest that she did, in fact, bite the victim. All right, well, that sucks. That really sucks. Okay, well, we'll figure it out. I told you so. And then the killer whale swam up toward the surface with the victim in its mouth.
Objection!
However, in the autopsy report, the cause of death is contusion from head trauma.
Objection!
You are much too impetuous, right, Dono? Granted, the orca biting the victim was not the cause of death. Actually, yeah, no, Phoenix is right on this one. Yeah, no, say, just theory crafting here. All right, say that, you know, the captain gets whammed on the back of the head and he just falls in the tank. Then, I don't know, the whale just sends him back up. You know, they grabbed on it. It's like Siegfried and Roy. when Roy had that medical problem, and the tiger was like, "Oh no, my friend," and tried to, like, help them, but ended up making things worse. Maybe it's like that. The witness was mistaken about that. Then what explanation is there for what the witness saw? Did I not say in the beginning the orca toyed with the victim mercilessly? My goodness. After killing the victim, the defendant swam around with his dead body in her mouth. Ooh, oh god, that actually made me rich. Just like any other predator toying with its prey. Mr. Wright, the hearts of the people in the gallery are suddenly filled with fear. Fear of Orla. That's such a good emotion on the Fina. It's so funny. So the defendant bit the victim after she had killed him. But if that's the case, then we must still figure out how the defendant killed the victim. Prosecutor Blackwell, do you have a sound theory to give to this court? I wouldn't be standing here if I couldn't prove whether the orca's heart was black or white. You're black and white too, dude. But Orla is black and white. Her body, I mean. Athena, please try not to provoke Prosecutor Blackwell. It's already very easy. This witness also observed the actual moment of the murder. Think back. Word mistress. Man, the names he comes up with. Think back to what you observed before the orca bit the victim. Ah, I see what you're driving at. So that was the true moment of the murder, was it? Now, explain it in a way that even these simpletons can understand. Oh yeah, there you go, ordering me around. Stop that this instant. But whatever, I don't mind telling my story. I saw the killer whale before it toyed with the body as well. I saw it the moment it killed the victim by headbutting him. In the back of the head? How did it do that? Was he just swim? Like, is the idea that the captain was swimming with the orca? Like, I don't understand how that really worked. Okay. Orla killed the victim by headbutting him? That's right. It rammed the victim over and over again. Recall the autopsy report stated there were bruises all over his body. Recall as well how persistent the defendant can be when she's attacking her prey. We've never seen her attack prey. We don't know if that's her modus operandi. And now we all just saw the killer whale headbutt. We all just saw the killer whale headbutting the victim in the footage. Don't forget. That footage backs up Miss DePlume's testimony. But there's also something very important it does not show. Now, do you see what a menace this killer whale is?
Objection!
I'm sorry, but I can't allow your testimony to stand unchallenged. I'm gonna go ahead and call preemptive bullcrap. Looking at this footage, the orca certainly seems to be headbutting something. But you'll note that the something is not the victim. Whoa, what? Okay, I guess the wind thing is going against her. I want to look away, but I can't. I'm sorry, hey, what? Okay, what? Oh, moving on. Even if it was the victim, you couldn't have seen him from where you were, could you? You were at the bottom, not the top. Yeah. What? I suppose not. What the hell you want about, woman? Mr. Plume, did you actually witness the victim getting headbutted by the defendant? Or do you just think that you did? Well, let's see. I remember now. As I recall, a rock in the shape of a skull was obstructing my view. So, are you admitting that you couldn't see the victim? Yeah, I suppose I am. However, immediately after the headbutting, the victim came floating up. He came up from behind the skull-shaped rock, and his body was all limp. What else could I think except that the killer whale was headbutting the victim?
Objection!
But if you didn't actually see the moment of the attack itself, then it's pure conjecture.
Objection!
It do be conjectury. Must I do everything around here? Yes, you must. How dare you speak so rudely to me? There's no need for hysterics. Clear your mind and recall how you reached your conclusion. But you couldn't see what the orca was attacking. You didn't need to, did you? Because you knew she was behaving exactly as she had only 1 year prior. What's happening now? Oh! 1 year ago? I'm sorry, what's happening now? That's right! Yes, that's it! That's how I knew the killer whale was headbutting the victim. I'm sorry, but could someone explain exactly what happened a year ago and why I've not been told? What's going on? If you must know, a very similar incident occurred only last year. in which the defendant murdered her What? What? The orca murdered her trainer, you say? What? Is this really true? Yeah, this is not looking good for us. Also, no, hang on. I've got questions. Hang on. First and foremost, why wouldn't Sasha bring that up? Or why wouldn't anyone at the aquarium? It was like, ah, hell, it happened again. Why did no one say that? And also, like, if Orla is getting put to death for doing this, why wasn't the exact same thing going to happen if it happened once before? That doesn't make sense. It's all in this book. Oh, the killer whale? That's an astounding title. The epitome of wit, this Norma DePlume. That book, The Killer Whale. That's Miss DePlume's latest work. I know it anywhere. I was just thinking of picking that up. Judge, I believe there was a bit of a contradiction here. I believe you said you had read all her works. You just... Or maybe I'm misremembering what he said, and I'm just, making jokes and whatnot. Also, hello! Oh, no! Last year, the defendant killed her trainer in the middle of a show. The orca headbutted and bit the victim. The same thing she's accused of in this case. That orca killed 2 people? That thing is a menace. Guilty! Guilty, I say! I'd never want to go to the beach again. You're not gonna find an orca at the beach, you dumbass! No, now everyone's even more convinced that Orla did it. We're doing so well. Were we? I mean, we were doing okay. But now everyone in the room has a bad impression of Orla. I don't want to think she did it, but it's hard to keep on believing in somebody who can't even tell me her side. Fweet, I'm an orca, though. Phoenix, Athena, you gotta believe in Orla. There's no way she killed anybody. You gotta save her. Please, I'm begging you. Okay, well, that tells me that you also think she didn't kill anybody the first time, but then why hasn't this come up a year ago? That's what I want to know. Sasha, what am I doing doubting my client like this? This is the time to be strong. That's right, hell yeah! I believe in Orla, and I'm ready to fight for our clients. I will throw hands. I'll take everybody in this courtroom on if I have to. And you know what? I think she stands a good chance of winning. Don't you worry, Sasha. We won't give up on Orla. We'll defend her to the very end. Thank you. Thank you, both of you. Tweet, spankety. We are Orla's lawyers. Who else but us can save her? We can't give up on her now. Hell yeah! This is silly, but I'm oddly hype about it. For an instant there, you were afraid of the orca, weren't you, right, Dono? When you saw the photograph of the victim from a year ago, you turned paler than me. Well, at least he's self-aware of his appearance. He saw right through me. How? I'm wearing a mask! At least most of one. It's obvious you have neither the guts nor the determination to defend the orca. It's true that Orla can't speak, and I don't know her thoughts. But there's a certain someone who believes in Orla with all her heart. And, through a transitive property of belief in oneself and another, I believe in Orla because Sasha believes in Orla because I believe in Sasha. So that's what we're working with here. Yeah, let's go with that. I respect the trust she has in Orla, so I'm willing to believe in Orla too. Yeah, that's basically what he said. Nice. What do you know about orcas? Nothing, that's what. Do I need to? I don't think I need a degree in marine biology to be compassionate, so allow me to fill you in. Do you have any idea why orcas are also called killer whales? Because they are cunning and merciless predators that hunt and kill even true whales. Do they? Huh, I've only known orcas to eat penguins. So, killer whales really are killers. What terrifying creatures indeed. No more terrifying than literally any other carnivorous creature on the face of the earth. Freaking poodles are carnivores. I can't bear to hear any more of such rubbish as trusting a killer. Can you, your baldness? Is he aware of what he's saying right now? I couldn't possibly ever trust a killer. Right, Judge? You trust me. I'm a killer. You trust... Whoa, hang on a second. Oh, dear, hang on. Lost the plot. No matter what you say, I will continue to believe. I don't give up that easily, It's kind of my thing. You're gonna have to beat me kicking and screaming. You don't know when to give up, do you? Hell no, I don't. And I never will. Very well. I shall give you a chance to prove just how determined you are. Witness, spare no quarter and lay the full truth on them. Drop them with a drama bomb. But of course, that is what I do after all. Prosecutor Blackwell, what will you have the witness testify about? I shall have her testify about what she saw and what she heard. What she heard? Very well. Mr. Plume, please tell the court what you saw and what you heard. And everything in between, if you please. There you go. That's kind of what I was going for. Anyway, what I saw and what I heard. The killer whale's behavior was exactly the same as a year ago. As I approached the pool, the killer whale suddenly started singing its death song! Parish song? Oh my god. What? I keep making this orca do Pokemon attacks. What's up with that? I was calm when I saw it start to headbutt. But when the pirate hat and victim came floating out, I let out a scream. Okay. So the orca displayed the same behavior as during the incident a year ago. That's right. Those weren't just simple cries. It was singing a ballad of bloodlust. Yo, that's actually kind of cool. Ballad of blood. I gotta write that down. As I approached the pool, the killer whale suddenly started singing. It kept headbutting while it sang that swashbuckler, spectacular song. That's right. It was singing the same song it sang in the aquarium stage show back then. Okay, hold up. Doesn't Orla only do that on command? It was singing while it was headbutting. Oh, it was perfectly horrible. I don't see a single obvious inconsistency in this testimony. No, it's not an inconsistency, it's more of an observation on my part. It's clear I won't be able to take apart her statements with evidence alone. Mr. Wright, now would be a good time for me to put my skills to work. Good, because apparently I had absolutely nothing. It's time to show what analytical psychology can really do. You seem pretty confident. Let me guess. You noticed a contradiction between the testimony and her emotions? Something I could never do, so thank God you're here? Or this would be hopeless, I guess? Oh, man. You bet I did. And once we expose it, we just might be able to crack her. No, scratch that. Make it, we'll definitely be able to. Love the enthusiasm and confidence. Keep it up, girl. Let's give your knowledge of analytical psychology a try. You got it, boss. A complete analysis of Mr. Plume's heart coming right up. Do we really want to know what's going on in there? I guess we don't have a choice. All right, give me a. Damn, I forgot what those things are called. I was gonna like list a medical device used for holding open rib cages, but I don't remember what it's called, so I can't do that. The killer whale's behavior was exactly the same as a year ago. As I approached the pool, the killer whale suddenly started singing, and boy, that freaked me out something fierce. I was calm when I saw it start to headbutt. Yeah, you were so calm that you were experiencing fear. That's interesting. But when the pirate hat and victim came floating up, I let out a scream. All right, well, this one is simple enough, I dare say. All right, if you were calm, why are you distressed? Explain that nonsense! Mr. Plume, Orla really frightened you with her headbutting, didn't she? Don't be absurd! I certainly was not frightened by the likes of any killer whale. It must have been something else that scared her then, boss. Okay, you want to elaborate? However, I do remember being very afraid for some reason while it was doing that. It sounds like maybe you saw something we haven't discussed yet. Take your time and try to remember what it was. What did you see? This is practically turning into a counseling session. Yeah, I mean, okay, I mean, it's the first time she... this would be the first time that... No, it wouldn't. It would be the second time Phoenix has watched this, but it's the first time, I guess, while he's sitting next to her. Regardless. Anyway, yes, it has. I saw something? Something you apparently blotted out. Oh, I remember now. All right, that's good. What freaked you out? Okay, good. Now, if you could please tell the court what you saw. I saw bright red blood. The killer whale's ramming caused the victim to bleed. There was a great cloud of blood. I don't know about that. Oh my god, it actually shot upward. That's amazing. The mask. That's such attention to detail they didn't have to bother with. Yes, that's it. That's why I was so sure. That's when I knew that killer whale had killed a person for a second time. Oh, that's a very compelling statement indeed. Okay, but there's still discord in her heart or whatever. Looking at this again, there does appear to be something that could be a cloud of blood. Why is this in black and white? What's up with that? So her terror was a reaction to blood, was it? That would certainly explain what happened yesterday. Please take a look at this blood-stained coin. Yeah! Cease and desist at once! What kind of man shows a lady blood? Oh, she's got like bloodophobia. Hemophobia, maybe? Is that what it's called? I don't, doesn't have to get so worked up. Fair enough. That's an understandable thing to be afraid of. I was badly injured during an interview once. Ever since then, I've been terrified of blood. It's like a legitimate trauma for you. All right, I won't make fun. The very sight of it dreadfully upsets my delicate sensibilities. This is a bad turn. If Miss DePlume saw blood, then does that mean Orla really did attack the victim? No, it just means that they were bleeding. It just means they were bleeding, really, essentially. Yeah, it would appear that orcas are even more vicious than I am. Doubt that immensely. So, how does it feel to be thoroughly rammed by your own cross-examination, right, Dona? Did you phrase that differently? What do we do now, boss? Finish the analytical psychology thing? There's still like 50%, I remember. That testimony was not at all what I expected to hear. Wait a minute, there's still some discord left in Miss DePlume's heart. Thank you. Glad she noticed eventually. What? You mean there's more? Yeah, but there's no... Oh, Lord. Yes, but there's no telling what it is. It could be something even more damaging. You okay, Athena? Yeah, I'm fine. Don't worry about it. Do you need to borrow the mask? Anyway, is there even anything left of our case to damage? Yeah, then what do we have to lose? Well, whatever it is, we have to face it head on. Athena, you believe in Orla, right? If so, there's no reason for us to shy away from the truth. Yeah, you're right. I know we can handle the truth, whatever it is. Oh, you know we can handle it. Nice, so let's delve a little deeper. You got it, boss. Alrighty. What the hell else we got going on inside your brainscape? All right, the killer's whale behavior was the same. I approacheth yon whale. It began singing a jaunty, jaunty tune, which is always nice. And then, there was heckin' blood all over the place. It did me a big heckin' frigton. All right, fair enough, fair enough. Let's see. Info updato. There you go. But when the pirate hat and victim came floating up, I let out a scream. Hang on. Okay, hold up. Hang on. The blood didn't let up at all, so... Like, I'm not just imagining this, right? Like, hang on. I go to the previous one. Yeah, no, the fear and sadness is going, like, haywire there. But then actually seeing the corpse didn't seem to give you that much of a response. That, I find interesting. Mind giving me the lowdown on that? The fear appears to lessen here at this statement. What up with that? Miss DePlume, weren't you afraid when you saw the victim with blood coming out of him? My, that's a very good question. I really should have. What's up with that? I was shaken after witnessing a murder, yes, but then the blood seemed to disappear. Disappear? Why do you suppose that was? Simple! It was because of the pirate hat. After the killer whale put the hat on, the cloud of blood disappeared. What?
Objection!
Wait, the whale put on a hat and that made the victim stop bleeding? Yeah, okay, I'm glad I'm not alone on this. I was like, wait, did I miss something in that statement? What the hell does that mean? How should I know? I'm just telling you what I remember, blue boy. I'm not blue, I'm pink. Wait a minute. From whom was this blood that Miss DePlume saw actually coming from? I mean... No, I was thinking, like, does that mean that Orla was bleeding? But, no. I don't, what? Or maybe it was. I mean, we can't say it's the victim. And, okay, yeah, no, that's, I mean, that means there was, like, a wound on Orla that's getting covered by the pirate hat? How did Orla get injured?
Take that!
Eh? Consider this. Maybe the one who was bleeding wasn't the victim. I beg your pardon? What kind of ridiculous nonsense is that? It's the only thing that makes any possible sense with what you just said. There was no one else in that pool beside the victim. Well, that's obviously not true. I wouldn't say there was no one else. It is an orca pool, after all. What? Then where is this alleged injury on the defendant? Yeah, that's what I want to know. I don't know. But if simply wearing the pirate hat made the blood disappear, then, I mean, yeah, then the blood must have been coming from somewhere on Orla's head. Sasha, do you mind taking a gander at that for me? What? What is up with that wind? The Orcus hit? What are you prattling on about? Please think about it again, Mr. Plume. Think back to what you really saw. That is... The one who was bleeding was not the victim, but the killer whale? I remember now. There wasn't any blood coming from the victim after all. Okay, interesting. Who hurt the whale? I am confused in the biggest of ways. Okay, well, bye-bye. We did it! Analytical psychology got us what we needed from her. Nice! It was a huge help, Athena. It was also pretty dicey for a while, though. Yeah, well, you know, it's darkest before the dawn and all that bullcrap, so don't worry about it. Okay, interesting. Oh, this is a surprise. The blood the witness saw was the defendant's, not the victim's. Apparently, that is correct. And since there was no blood coming from the victim, there's only one thing we can conclude. That what Miss DePlume witnessed was not the moment of the murder as she claims. No music is playing at all, though.
Objection!
So yeah, I didn't think so. I thought you were unarmed, but it turns out you were concealing a sword all along. Nevertheless, it's far too dull to cut to the bone. Okay, you don't really need to cut to the bone to effectively swing a sword, you know? I mean, just hitting the... If you take a swing at someone's neck and you hit the bone and it stops, the person you hit's still probably dying. I grant that what the witness saw was not the victim's blood, but it proves nothing. After all, being rammed doesn't always result in a wound that bleeds, does it? Death from internal hemorrhaging is also a possibility. He has a point there. If you wish to challenge me to a duel, you'll need a sharper blade than that, right, Dono? Ah, jeez. Okay. I demand evidence that proves the witness did not see the moment of the murder. Well, there must be something. Think, Phoenix. If I'm correct, then the victim's death occurred... I mean... Yeah, no, it would have to be before. It would have to be, right? I could only hope. If the victim was already dead when Orla started her headbutting, that would mean he died sometime before Miss DePlume was watching her. That's the only thing that would... If we're not wrong, that has to be the case. Yes. The events Miss DePlume witnessed took place at around 10:10 a.m. Must have something that can tell us about what happened before 10:10 a.m. Well, the camera? I mean, apparently we never bothered to hit play and go fast forward or anything to see what happened after what we saw. So then, I mean, it's a camera. It can rewind too, right? We've only seen the footage from 10:09 to 10:10 a.m., which means there's still footage going further back that we need to check. Yeah, there we go. Your Honor, I request that all of the security footage be played for the court. All of it? Miss DePlume witnessed the cloud of blood at around 10:10 a.m., but I believe the victim was already dead by that time. So your assertion is that the murder took place before Miss DePlume arrived? Exactly. The security camera footage starts at 10 a.m. when the aquarium opened. And I believe there is vital evidence in the 10 minutes before. Man! You're quite the gambling man, right, Dono? Well, he did play poker for like half a decade, so... Are you honestly willing to risk everything on those mere 10 minutes? I mean, it's either that or accept defeat, so why wouldn't I? I've bet on slimmer chances before, but when you put it that way, yeah! Fair enough. Oh! Hell nah! My boss is no coward, Prosecutor Blackwell, so I suggest you get ready to eat humble pie. Uh-oh. I can't back down now. I had doubts, but now I'm not allowed to have those. That's unfortunate. Well, if the defense is that confident in its importance, Prosecutor Blackwell, the security footage. Fool Bright. Roger! I have the rest of the security footage right here. Did you guys happen to see it? Did anybody watch it? Very well, please play it for the court. Please, please have something for me. It don't even need to be that much, really. This is what it looked like at 10:10 a.m. The witness can be seen here. I'd like to think he has a laser pointer. All right, I'll just back the footage up to the beginning now. Okay, yep, there it is. Head butting up the body, and then it's just kind of floating, chilling. It appears Miss DePlume hasn't arrived yet at this point. Now to see if I can find something from before this point in time. I'll take literally anything. Please. Anything at all. That's one itchy board. Is that it? Yup. That's all the footage there is. Well, Mr. Wright, did you see what you were looking for? We got nothing. Well, I guess that would explain your confidence, huh? Well, right, Dono. Those were the 10 minutes you placed your bet on. Did you see anything of significance? Did I see anything important? I'd better think about this carefully. In the footage, we see... Wait. Hang on. I mean, even if my theory is unnecessary, the fact of it is nothing was in that footage. So then that must mean nothing important was seen, and that's what's important. We can see nothing of importance in that footage. Just as I thought. Ha ha ha! You're right about that. That section was completely meaningless. It doesn't show a thing. That's why I didn't submit it as evidence.
Objection!
Thank God. Okay, I was not confident. I tried to sound confident, but I wasn't. No, it's just the opposite. Huh? What do you mean by that? In this 10 minutes of footage, something important that should be there isn't there. Detective Fulbright, this footage should have been submitted as evidence. You did a bad job. Are you questioning the way I carry out my duty to justice? Yes, I do, in fact, question your duty. Mr. Wright, explain yourself, please. What is this important thing that you say should be in the footage but isn't? It would have to be the...
Take that!
The body? Thank God again! The important thing we should see in the footage is the victim himself, Jake Shipley. I don't know about you, but I didn't see him get in the pool in that footage. Oh. How's that, man? That's right! If the victim is not shown entering the pool in this footage, it means that he must have been there by the Skull Rock during those 10 minutes. Which means... Yeah, that just means that corpse was just down there for a while. That's gross. Was it snagged on a rock or something? Maybe it was snagged on the Skull Rock. But dead bodies float. How did he get down there? All right, well, whatever. One problem at a time. But no human being can hold their breath underwater for that long. Wait a minute. Are you saying... I do, in fact, be saying... When the security camera started up at 10 a.m., the victim was already dead. What? So the facts would seem to be... Order in the goddamn court! If that's the case, then when was the victim murdered? I don't know, Your Honor, but we know now it had to have been sometime before 10 a.m. Therefore, this footage can no longer be called decisive evidence against my client. But there is no one else who could have killed the victim. I mean, not necessarily. The defense believes the true culprit may have been human. And we have evidence to back up our theory as well. Do you now? We'd be very interested in seeing this evidence. The defense's trump card. That thing we found during our investigation yesterday. Wouldn't go so far as to call it decisive, but hey, why not? Now's the time to play it! In fact, if anything, things seem to be going too well. Very well, Mr. Wright, please submit your evidence, because, quite frankly, just straight up, it sounds like we already kind of won, essentially. I mean, I don't know who the hell actually did it, but still. Anyway, here,
Take that!
check this mess. What's this? A coin? Yes, a fake coin used in the aquarium's pirate show. We found it beside the pool. This coin is quite possibly the real murder weapon. This tiny little coin is the murder weapon? Mr. Wright, if this is another one of your bluffs. As they say, the bolder the presentation, the less confident the solicitor. No, I'm very comfy. This is no bluff, and this isn't the only coin. There are 300 of these coins in all, weighing a total of about 7 pounds. This one just happens to have blood on it. Did you have the blood analyzed to see whose it is? No. I mean, I probably could have, but whatever. But there were coins scattered all around the body, and the victim had a head wound. Taking these things into account, I believe it has to be the victim's blood. I don't have hard confirmation on that. I'm just kind of going off a hunch. Technically, I suppose. So, to put it together, we have about 7 pounds of coins by the side of the pool. One of them was with a blood stain on it. I think the answer is pretty clear here. Your Honor, the defense proposes that the victim was killed beside the pool. The side of the pool? But if the murder took place there, it would be difficult to say the orca did it. I realize you're trying to defend your client, but that theory is preposterous. You're the hippopotamus. How could 300 coins possibly be made to hit someone all at once? Girl, what? Easily. I mean, you could just chuck a piggy bank at someone's head. Let's be real. It'd be pretty easy if they were in a bag or something of that nature. And so where is the bag the coins were in? Unfortunately, Your Honor, we recovered nothing of the sort from the scene. It's possible the culprit took it with them. They took it? Yeah. The true culprit used the coins as a blunt instrument to commit murder. Then they threw the body into the pool before the security camera started up. And then they left, taking the bag the coins were in with them. They got rid of the evidence that points to a human culprit to pin the blame on Orla. I mean, our music is still going, so we're doing something right, man. That was brilliant, Mr. Wright. You found a way to introduce the possibility of a human perpetrator. Somehow. I don't even know how I did that. That's what my luck holds out. Hit him with a 3 and a 2 and a 1. I wonder why Prosecutor Blackwell hasn't said. Yeah! No, I noticed that too. I'm glad I wasn't off base. He seems very chill, and that is very worrying. The possibility of a perpetrator other than the defendant has now been suggested. But if we hold this possibility to be true, then what did Miss DePlume witness? That's right! I saw the killer whale attack the victim, just like it did a year ago, singing a song. It was happy to murder. I was there. I guess there still is that. Even with somebody else as the culprit, Orla's behavior still seems pretty bizarre. I wonder why she was doing the same thing she did a year ago. But is it really that bizarre? What do you mean? To explain the inexplicable, all we have to do is turn our thinking around. Turn our thinking around, huh? Yeah, sounds good to me, she says, uncertain if she actually understands what's going on. Time to give the old turn my thinking around method a try. Instead of trying to figure out why Orla did the same thing she did a year ago, I should consider the results that were produced by her behavior this time around. Orla sang a song, did some headbutts, and picked the victim. If the real culprit wanted to shift the suspicion onto Orla, then they would have needed to give people a reason to think Orla did it in the first place. Mr. Wright, as her lawyer, how do you explain your client's actions? I mean, I only have, like, a single idea, and it has to be it, I think. I believe we should think of it this way, Your Honor. What kind of effect did Orla's actions have on the case? Very well. Then why don't you explain it for the court, because I don't want to do that. How did the defendant's actions affect the case? They created a witness, they killed the victim, they got rid of it. Oh yeah! Yeah, no, that makes total sense. Miss DePlume focused her attention on the orca pool because she heard the song. The orca's act of singing a song created a witness. Created a witness? Isn't it possible that fabricating a witness was the real culprit's true intention? After all, Miss DePlume witnessed 2 things. She saw Orla headbutt something over and over, and she saw the orca bite the victim. Those 2 actions of Orla's might have been the real culprit's plot to make the witness think the orca was attacking the victim. Are you saying that the defendant was being manipulated by the true perpetrator? Exactly. And that would explain Orla's actions perfectly. Yeah? Damn! God, I love this series. But the defendant is an orca. Is it even possible to manipulate her? It is! Very easily, as a matter of fact. Yes, there is a way to manipulate Orla's behavior with this mess.
Take that!
And it was even explicitly told to us that you don't even know how to really need to use it. You just blow into the damn thing and the orca will hear something and it'll do something. And one of those things will probably look suspicious. Is this a whistle? Yes, Your Honor. Trainers at the aquarium use whistles to issue commands to Orla. But in truth, anyone could do it, provided they know the right signals. That must be how they get Orla to do tricks for their pirate shows. The true culprit hid the body in a spot that couldn't be seen from the visitors' corridor. Then, when Miss DePlume appeared, they gave Orla the commands, which is why Orla didn't do anything to the corpse that entire time. They were just chilling the entire time until they were given it a command. Damn, man, it's all coming together. This is so cool. In other words, Orla was manipulated by the culprit to perform a series of tricks. But what? And as for you, Miss DePlume, you were manipulated by the true culprit to play the part of the witness. So, sorry about that. Norma DePlume was set up? Norma DePlume, writer extraordinaire, was used? Apparently. No. Whoa! Oh. That's a unique breakdown. Jesus Christ. DePlume, please do something about your attire. Ugh. That was one wardrobe malfunction I did not. That's a little mean. That's mean. I mean, I'm not saying I disagree entirely, but whatever. It's his internal thoughts. He's allowed to think things. He didn't say anything. It's fine. We're moving on. We're moving on. It would appear we need to shift our suspicion towards someone other than Orla. Prosecutor Blackwell, please have the bloodstained coin analyzed. You waste your breath. I guess even Prosecutor Blackwell can't quite refute the possibility of a human suspect. You did it, boss! If the crime happened beside the pool, there's no way an orca could have done it. Now, if only we could find the bag the coins were in. That'd be handy. In light of the new discovery, it would appear that the orca couldn't have done it. Exactly, Your Honor. If the blood on the coin proves to be that of the victim, we can unequivocally overturn Orla's accusation.
Objection!
Why, though? God damn it! Why do they even bother putting those on anymore? Overturn the defendant's accusation? I think not. Yeah. Ed, why? My hair! My beautiful hair! That's funny to me. Yesterday, a new inmate was brought into the prison. He said, the moment you relax is when you're most vulnerable. And what did this man go in for? He is merely a sneaky thief who enjoys a spot of fishing now and again. But right dono here would be easier to hook than any fish. No, bird. I thought he screeched for a second. Bird on my head, bird on my head, oh my god, bird on my head! That hawk sure does love the judge's head. It's a good perch. Oh, hey, the bag. What, the coin from before in some sort of bag? Blood bag? A bag? I don't think I'm gonna like this. This is the coin bag the 300 coins were in. And I believe you were looking for this. How did you get that? I never said we didn't find it at the crime scene. The bag had blood on it, so naturally, I had it sent to the crime lab. How? You had nothing to do with this case until we got Fulbright to talk to you about it. We were at the crime scene long before that. Okay, all right, well. And does the blood belong to the victim? It does indeed, as does the blood on the coin. I knew it! So the blood on the coin did belong to the victim. The bag was open and the coins had all spilled out. But the bag alone wasn't proof enough to say that it was used as the murder weapon. However, thanks to the defense and their coin, I'm more than satisfied that it was. Prosecutor Blackwell? Are you conceding that the true culprit committed the murder with the bag of coins? I shall concede that the victim was put into the pool after his death. However, even with the bag, it doesn't change the fact it was the orca that killed the victim. How? What? How can you still suspect Orla? You said that the true culprit manipulated Orla's behavior, but Orla isn't the kind of orca that would let someone control her. If anything, Orla used the victim's behavior against him to murder him. What? No, actually, what? Are you arguing that the orca manipulated a human being? To prove it, I have summoned another witness. Oh boy. Marlon Rhymes. Wait, what? Hey, wait, he was here to be a witness? Take the stand. Marlon Rhymes is a witness? What? What the hell? Okay, I guess. This is weird. Oh, don't just stand there. State your name. I told you I didn't want to be a witness. I thought one witness would be quite enough to prove the defendant's guilt. But apparently, Right Dono won't be satisfied until every stone is turned. Son of a... Alright, fine. If I gotta talk, then let's get this over with. Mr. Rhymes doesn't seem like a willing witness at all. I wonder what Prosecutor Blackwell is going to have him testify about. So could we have your name and occupation for the record, witness? And if at all possible, could you do it in the form of a rap? Because that'd be cool. Yes, we can! Ahoy! Yo, yo, ho, ho! People of the law! Time to testify. Chillin' with my crew with the ship shape. Orcas, pengies, and the seascape. Cleanin' and feedin', there ain't no end. But dem bratty kids' tools, I shall transcend. Noob animal keeper, really a noob. From the house of rhymes, I'm the master keeper, Marlon with the rhymes. Thank you for that. I actually very much appreciate that. That was very silly. Oh my, I'm afraid I couldn't understand a word you said. Ha! Yeah, I'm pretty much the exact same way when it comes to rap of that nature. Yeah. Is that flip-flop music the young people nowadays like? So close, Your Honor. So close. And yet so far. You did your best, man. You did your best. Please proceed with your testimony, witness, without the flip-flop. Okay, fine. But I don't want to do this, I tell you. I feel like I'm selling Sasha out. Alright, well then that implies that you also think that it all happened. That's not good. The man manipulating orca. At about 10:10 a.m., I was in the staff room. I heard a loud noise from the pool room, so I went to the door to lock it. I couldn't see the captain of the orca, but I saw a bunch of coins scattered around. The orca knows there's a certain spot people stand to play volleyball with her. I think maybe she knocked down the stuff that was piled up there and hit the captain. Well, then the orca committed manslaughter by that token. Huh. So this gives us a little more info about the area around the orca pool. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. The defendant made the stuff fall down? Overturned crates and assorted props were scattered all over the pool room floor. There is no doubt that it was the orca that caused the mess. But could she really have done that from within the pool? As I said, the orca is the only one that could have performed such a feat. The pool and its room were tidied the night before, including its various odds and ends, its nooks, its crannies, suspicious or otherwise, spotless. But when a rhyming Marlon... Oh yeah. Took a look-see, over 400 pounds of props had fallen. To move it all in one go would challenge even the brawny prisoner in the cell next to mine. What is he, the jail gossip? He really... It's pretty much like his gimmick. Basically birds and jailhouse stories. So, how did 400 pounds of items fall all at once? I'll tell you how. The orca pulled on the cloth that was underneath them. A weight that would be all but impossible for a human to move. Was child's play to an orca. That's not murder, though. During a friendly game of volleyball, the defendant made the crates fall. And the bag of coins that was among the items fell on the victim's head and killed him. The orca then toyed with the victim's body underwater, which is what Miss DePlume saw.
Objection!
Yeah, no, I don't know. But the witness only said he heard a loud noise. That doesn't automatically make it the sound of Orla making the items fall. Also, why did you only look in on the pool room anyway, Mr. Rhymes? That orca sometimes makes a loud noise to summon a trainer. But I'm still a newbie, so I don't have a security card to get into the pool room yet. So, even if she tries to summon somebody, there isn't much I can do about it. I see. So the witness couldn't enter the crime scene.
Objection!
If Mr. Rhymes couldn't enter the room, there's at least one thing he can't be sure about. His statement that the orca was playing volleyball is pure speculation.
Silence!
No! It's a good point, damn you! Whether the orca was actually playing volleyball or not is not the issue. Traces of the orca's saliva were found on the cloth that was underneath the I guess that is, in fact, a thing you can find out. I didn't consider that. That's a... Okay. The important part is the orca is the only one that could have moved the items. I have to discredit that statement somehow. If I don't, it'd mean that Orla was the culprit even if the victim died beside the pool, and that would suck! Okay, alright, sure. Okay. So what are we looking at here? At about 10 a.m., I was in the staff room. I heard a loud noise from the pool room, so I went to the door to look in. I couldn't see the captain or the orca, but I saw a bunch of coins scattered around, but you couldn't get in. Was there like a window? You couldn't see the victim? I was just looking through the door crack. I guess all that stuff was blocking my view. I did notice a whole bunch of coins scattered all over the place, though. How big is that door crack? But at the time, I had no idea the captain was dead. Killed by gold coins. Ironic, isn't it? Do you know what irony is? Perhaps the orca wanted to be paid for her labor, paid in coins raining from the skies. Coins raining from the skies? It makes it sound almost poetic. But the hard truth is that those coins were actually the murder weapon. Well, we all deserve to be paid for our work, do we not? I shall have a fine meal tonight. Will you? You're in prison. What? If you find our client guilty, that is. Mr. Rhymes, do you have a theory on how the things got knocked down? Of course I do. Okay, alright. The orca's there. Okay, the orca knows there's a certain spot people stand to play volleyball. I think maybe she knocked down the stuff that was piled up there and it hit the captain. I can't really contradict any of that. I don't think, at least. I don't know why, but Mr. Rhymes is lying. I'm afraid I have to expose that secret he and Pearls was keeping to his— Ow! Oh my god, thank you! Oh man, hang on, yeah, no! Yeah, it was switched around with the, meet the captain at the orca pool at 7 a.m. Yeah, okay, then yeah, no, straight up lying, because that means he could have been in there, because he was supposed to be at the orca pool. Okay, yeah, all right. Sorry about this one, Pearls. I ain't got no choice in the matter. All right, presento de Pengi.
Objection!
What you gotta say about all that? You say you were in the staff room, but is that really true? Of course it's true. Why would I lie about a thing like that? Mr. Rhymes, have you ever seen this calendar before? Yeah, that's... I see you recognize it. Yeah, that's the rifle calendar. It's a big hit at the Ship Shape Aquarium gift shop. Thank you for shopping at Ship Shape. Mr. Rhymes, please refrain from scattering fish around the witness stand. Someone has to clean that up. Not to worry, your baldness. Taka will have them cleaned up in no time. I'm very hungry. Yeah, let's go. I guess that bird comes in handy now and then. Well, I mean, he also sends it to attack people and stand on the judge's head, so it's like a twofer. All right, Mr. Wright, we've all seen your cute souvenir. Now, if you wouldn't mind... No, Your Honor, this isn't my calendar. It was originally the witness's, but it came into the possession of a certain young lady. What? Yeah, that's unfortunate. Mr. Rhymes and this young lady first met each other in the food prep room. After a mishap, their calendars got switched around. They ran into each other at about 10 a.m. in the food prep room. So clearly the witness was not in the staff room. Okay, my point still stands, but yes, that is also a thing. I was right for the wrong reasons. In other words, there's no way he could have heard the noise in the pool room upstairs. Yar! I'm a pirate. What's this? This is the first I'm hearing about any calendar. That's because Mr. Rhymes and Pearls were keeping it a secret. You stinker! You lied to me? This transgression will not go unpunished. I'll murder you. I'll murder everyone in this room! So, Mr. Rhymes, you didn't hear the noise of the equipment falling after all, did you? Okay, I admit it. I didn't hear the noise in the orca pool room myself. Yourself? But somebody told me about it. Who told you about it? It was, unless you tell the truth, Mr. Rhymes, I can't save Orla. And I'm sure you know how sad that would make Miss Buckler. I heard about it from Sasha. What? From Miss Buckler? But that doesn't make sense. What is going on here? I guess that would explain why he said he thought this would be selling her out. Now it's the trainer's own words that drive the orca into a corner. How do you like being bitten by your own client, right, Dono? Certainly didn't see this coming. What perfect timing. There was something I wanted to ask Miss Buckler about the orca. The prosecution calls the trainer, Miss Sasha Buckler, to the stage. But she's not even here. Yes, I suppose it would be a good idea to hear what the orca's trainer has to say. I don't know what Sasha is going to say, but I'll just have to meet it head on, whatever it is, and hope for the best. I am worried. And frankly, I am concerned. We'll take a 20-minute recess while the witness is summoned. Okay. Alrighty. Oh my goodness. To be continued. I was not prepared for that. Okay, well, dang. Dang. All right then. Oh, man. Okay, well, progress has been made, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know if I like where this is all headed. All right, well, all I have is theories and vague notions, and that's not gonna get me anywhere, so in the next part, we'll see what happens next, and, well, we'll just have to find a way to make it all work out in the end. I'll see you all then.